Message from Sunnahfollowers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab. Wear your beards. Be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Saleh. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of the law, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
If you want to learn about how to balance and maintain your faith every day, you need to be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, being taught by Laila Nasheeba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming and tuning into the Sunnahfollowers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at, right here on Sunnahfollowers. Don't forget, donate right here to Sunnahfollowers and dollars Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Rowing your deed and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen. One of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the Day of Judgment is sadaqah jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free, and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the Sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen guys, this is very important, and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, sadaqah jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the Day of Judgment. Sunnahfollowers presents a new hadith class taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba, Riyadus Salihin, every Monday and Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Woke. There are so many things going on around. You must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold. Pay attention as it's been told. Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. One of the 10 who Jannah was promised, the second Caliph, a strong, devout, noble, and fierce soldier of Allah,
made an impact in Islam. His name, Umar ibn al-Kitab. Continuing in this series, The Companions of the Prophet, taught by Brother Mukhtar Shahid, streaming on all major platforms. Stay tuned for the time and date, right here, channel Sunnahfollowers. Marriage is described in the Holy Quran as a source of tranquility, love, and mercy. It forms the foundation for family, which is considered the building block of a righteous society. We are finding that the lines are being blurred currently by many women who are choosing to marry non-Muslim men, which not only defies what the Sunnah advises and carries great consequences. The joining of Sunni Shia couples face significant social challenges that vary by region, family background, and the broader political climate, often making their marriages difficult, such as ritual and worship gifts, such as prayer, and the timing of combining of prayers, and observing the religious holidays. Ceremonial distinctions in marriage, including witness requirements and additional bathing rituals observed by Shia. Although both hold in high esteem of the upbringing of the family, the effects on the children might end up confused or feel pressure to choose sides, especially if both parents insist on their faith-based outlook. Join us, Dr. Laila Nasheeba, alongside special guest Dr. Ibrahim Jamali, on the topic on marriage, the issues and controversy that arise from this practice. Join us at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, streaming on major streaming platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
You will make it through. The Fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The Fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Aqidah class, and this class is based on the book written by Dr. Karim Abuzaid entitled Diluting Wala Wal Bara, Volume 2. And by the way, let me see what this is. I don't know what this is doing. Hold on, there's something that they just added here. I don't know what that's doing there. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Okay, I don't know why it's saying that. Okay, so this is based on the book Diluting Wala Wal Bara, Volume 2. And all of the books written by Dr. Karim Abuzaid can be purchased at Amazon. Please make sure that you guys go to Amazon.com. Make sure that you type in Dr. Karim Abuzaid's full name. And this is the red and black book. This is volume 2, which is really the last of the trilogy of the correct belief system. And this book is my favorite of the trilogy, because this book, even though it's the final of the trilogy, it goes into detail describing the Fitra of the heart and how we were created upon the Fitra, which most Muslims, Arabic and non-Arabic, don't understand what that means. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam explains how every human being was created upon, we were born upon the Fitra. We come into this world upon the Fitra. We don't understand the meaning of that hadith. And because we don't understand the meaning of that, that's why a lot of you refer to yourselves with the wrong English terminology. You call yourselves reverts, when first of all, that's bad English. Because if you look in a dictionary, Webster's dictionary, look up the meaning of the word revert and look up the meaning of the word convert, you can see that's bad terminology. They don't mean the same thing. You're not a revert. You're not reverting back to your original state. There's no way that any of us can ever revert back to the original state that we were in. No, not as long as we're part of this world. That will never happen. And even in the hereafter, we're not reverting back to that natural state either, because we were not created upon this state. If you understood how we were created, you would know we were not created like this. This is not the way we were created. So you will never be revert back to your original state. And as far as your state of being in thinking, you'll never be in that state either. Not as long as you're in this world. So revert is not what you are. When you embrace Islam, you are a convert. And when you look up the meaning, you see, you adapt a new way of thinking, a new lifestyle, a new ideology, a change in lifestyle, a change in character, a change in identity. Okay? So if we understood what the Fitra is and what it represents, we wouldn't use such bad terminologies. So that's why I love this book, because it breaks down what I have been personally teaching since the early 2000s. I've been teaching about the Fitra, and my audio files are all on the internet, and you can listen to my audio files and see I've been teaching this since 1986, to be honest. But the files are there, and everybody thought I was insane and crazy for years. But you can see I never was. My Akida was always correct, because I've had the best teachers. May Allah bless Yusuf Qaradari and Umar al-Ashqar, and my teacher, Sheikh Mustafa Morsi Abu Atayib. You know, I mean. But anyway, this book has it all together, you know, and I love this book. I was speaking with Dr. Karim Abuzaid yesterday, and I told him I just love this masterpiece. This whole trilogy of his is just a masterpiece. And I'm so glad, because I teach it over and over and over and over. This is my second time going over this trilogy, his book. I mean, this is my second time teaching it, you know, in the past 2 years. And every time I teach it, it strengthens my faith, because all of us are going through hard times in our personal lives. And I love the comments that you guys give me, how it's increasing your iman, bringing you guys closer to Allah. My new shahadas are amazed, you know, because it's setting them straight. And I love this book here, because now what we're doing, this chapter, the chapter that we're getting ready to embark upon today, because today we're going into chapter 3 of the book. This is where the work begins. And I'm going to talk to everyone here, my old Muslims and my new shahadas, all of you. You're going to have to pay attention, because this is where it gets tricky. Because now we're going to take what you know about the Fitra, and you're going to see how it interconnects with Wala Wal Bara. How faith and allegiance and disassociation all interconnects together. It all interconnects together. That's what we're going to work on now. So you're going to have to pay attention in these classes now, because this is where I end up losing you. When I taught this class last year, I lost a lot of you. A lot of you were confused. But this is the second time around. It should start making better sense to you this time for my students. This is the second time, and I see a lot of you are here waiting on this chapter. Yeah, it should register within you better for the second time around. New shahadas. How many are in that Zoom room of yours? Sister Amatullah from Reddit. How many new shahadas are with you today? I know this is Friday. Well, a lot of them are in Europe and UK. How's my sister from Norway? Is she in there? The Norwegian sisters? I know I got some South Africans here too, because I got their messaging me. In fact, I just got a, hold on, I got a text message from the sisters in South Africa. Oh, hold on, wait, I'm trying to. Yeah, okay, I'm logging in now. I'm logging in on Rumble now. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm getting the text messages now. I'm coming in. They're on Rumble. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm pretty popular now, huh? Okay, we got 2 other Zoom rooms opened up. Okay, there's a sister Amira from this text me. She's in South Africa. You got a Zoom room. So we got 2 other new Shahada Zoom rooms. Oh, mashallah. If Karim Abuzaid hears me, I got another new Shahada Zoom room, Karim. Hold on. Okay, let me log. You streaming from Rumble too? Where's my Rumble? Oh, I'm logging in. Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm on Rumble, so I can see anything that you guys type on Rumble, I can see. So I got a sister named Amira. She's in South Africa, and she has a Zoom room, and she's got her new shahadas there too. Welcome. I'm Laila Nasheeba. I'm going to wave. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. Welcome to my stream. Okay. It's good to have you all here. If you're on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or X or Kick or Twitch or Rumble or Instagram, if you type on that, I hope Fam May is on Instagram. I can see anything that you sisters type. Okay. Okay. So welcome. Okay, and Amira, I'm on your Facebook page, and I'm also logged in on Rumble. Okay, I see you on Facebook. I'm your, yeah, okay. So welcome all the new Shahada groups. I guess I'm getting popular now. Okay, how many in your room? You got 40 in yours again today, Amatullah. For the sister in South Africa, how many new Shahadas? They speak English, right? Yeah, I know y'all speak English. How many? Okay, you got 20 in yours right now. Okay, 20 in yours. That's 40, 50. Okay, so that's 60. My Zoom room, I don't have that many in there. They're not new Shahadas. They're old Shahadas. The old ladies are here. Okay, but I got a lot of people on YouTube, and I got people on this program here. By the way, for the people on this program here, make sure that you open up a tab on your cell phone to YouTube. Go to the channel Sunnahfollowers so you can see the PowerPoint when I put up. I got 79 people logged in on this program. 79 people. I want all 79 of you to open up a tab on YouTube to Sunnahfollowers. Go to my channel Sunnahfollowers so you can see the PowerPoint when I put it up. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of people logged on different platforms. Okay. All right. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Yes, the brothers can learn too. Just, I'm not going to entertain you guys. What does that mean? You brothers will not be able to take mics or use video or any of that. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. And for the sisters who are at home, turn on your big screen TV, because all of our classes at Sunnahfollowers are family oriented. Your children need to learn this too. Okay, put me on the big screen TV and make your children sit down and watch it on television. Go to YouTube, put it on channel Sunnahfollowers, and have the children take notes too, because they need to learn Aqidah correctly too. Take notes. All right, and quiz your kids. Take screenshots of the PowerPoint, print them out on your cell phone after class. Give the kids quizzes. Family oriented, all the classes here. Okay. MashaAllah. Yes, you're welcome to come every day from your Zoom rooms. Just log in on YouTube or whatever platforms, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. Yeah, I got some sisters in from Japan that use Twitch. Yeah, I know. The sisters from Japan, yeah, I know they're from Japan. They're real sweet. Yeah, I'm all over the world. Sunnahfollowers has been around for years. People know me all over the world. The only people that bother me are American Muslims. Can you believe that? Yeah, but I'm popular all over the world. Even Japan. My Japanese Muslims in Japan, they look on, they're on Twitter watching. Okay. Okay. All right. You guys ready? Everybody settled? Yeah, I can see on Twitter too if they type. Yes. My Japanese sisters. By the way, for the people on Twitter, the sister in Japan is doing the anime. She's making some videos. Just to let you guys know, there's some Muslims in Japan who are making some animated. They're working on some animated videos that they want to put out of my lectures. Yes, Geechee, you hear me? There's some sisters in Japan that's going to make some animated videos of my lectures on Wala Wal Bara. Look for that to come, guys. They're going to make some animated videos of my lectures. That's how popular these classes are. Everywhere but here in America, you guys got a problem with Laila, but the other people like Laila's classes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Okay. So y'all ready? We all set? Everybody can hear and see. I'm on all these. I got 3 computers here and cell phones. All right. God. Okay. Let's get started because it's getting ready to get complicated. Let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen and you can see. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to give you a quiz. Don't worry. Don't worry, Amatula. You guys got a quiz today. Oh, yeah. Y'all got a quiz. Here we go. Okay. Here it is. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Tonight we're going to be starting chapter 3. This is where it gets really you got to pay attention. We're going to speak about what's known in Arabic. Yes, good job, Zarina. Let them know how there's 85 people in here now. For you guys in this program here, make sure y'all open up another tab on your cell phone to YouTube. Go to my channel, Sunnahfollowers. It's right there at the top of the screen. Type Sunnahfollowers on YouTube. Click on my live stream so y'all can see the PowerPoint I just put up. Okay, there's a picture of Dr. Karim Abuzaid, so you know who he is. And this is the book. This is Diluting Wala Wal Bara, Volume 2. This is like Volume 1, except it's red and black. It costs $29.95 on Amazon. And tonight we're going to be covering Chapter 3, which is pages 58 through 63. And we're going to speak about what's known in Arabic as El-Yaqda, El-Yaqda, which is the awakening. The awakening of what? This is what gets confusing. The awakening of your faith is when your love for Allah and your hate or your disgust for everything that opposes him and his commands interconnects with your faith, and it turns into that allegiance, and it's so deep and it's so powerful. That's when it becomes a deep awakening. Oh yeah, it's a deep awakening of your faith. We're going to talk about that today. A lot of you are already experiencing it. A lot of you new shahadas are already at this level because you've been coming to these classes here. Your faith has already reached this awakening level. And this class, combined with the class I teach on the weekends about the Mekkah-Siddiq Tafsir Surat Ibrahim, because you've been coming to these classes, the Mekkah-Siddiq Tafsir Surat Ibrahim and the Mekkah-Siddiq Tafsir classes I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays about Surat Baqarah. Many of you are at this stage already. Your faith has already awakened and connected with the concept of allegiance, and you're at this stage. Sister Pamela, you're at this stage. I can see it in you. Sister Margaret, you're at this stage. Sister Jamila, you have been at this stage. Sister Yasmin, you are at this stage. Okay, my students, the old ladies in the Zoom room, you all have been at this stage. Okay. Fatima, you have been at this stage. Sister Amatula, you have been at this stage. So many of you are already at this stage, the stage of the awakening. This is a powerful stage. I've been living this stage for a long time. This is the stage where the rest of the world views you as a stranger. When you reach this stage in your faith, that's when the rest of the Muslims look at you. They'll call you a Wahhabi. They'll call you a stranger. They'll call you fanatic. They'll call you weird. This is when you can't blend in nowhere, and you're happy and content to be by yourself. You're happy and content to stay in your house, to stay away from the people. You're happy to spend your time taking care of your children, learning at this website, and not mixing with the silly women at the mosque. You're content not going to the henna parties. You're content not looking at football games and basketball games, because your heart has done this. You've gone through that awakening. So you don't care that everybody thinks you're crazy, that everybody thinks you're strange. You don't care. You know you're strange. You know that you're different, and you settle for that, and you stay to yourself. The awakening. How many of us are at that stage? Many of you are. Let's talk about it. But before we get to it, let me ask just 3 questions. Yesterday, we talked about how, before we get to the stage of the awakening, there's things we have to remember. There's certain things that can prevent us from reaching that stage. For example, living in a secular environment, surrounding ourselves with secular people, putting our children, exposing ourselves and our kids to secular education. This is something that can prevent us from reaching the stage of the awakening. What is it about being in an environment or exposing ourselves to secular education that can deter us from reaching that awakening stage? What is it about a secular education that's bad for the Fitra? Who can answer that question? Why is how is it that a secular education can be bad for us? I mean, not everything about it is bad, but what are some things about a secular education that can deter our Fitra from achieving its purpose? Come on, this is an easy question to answer. I tried to make the words big to make it hard for you to answer. Come on, get on the mic, Zoom, wake up.
Alhamdulillah. The secular education is bad, is a bad deterrent for our Fitra, because it actually is contrary to the teachings of Islam.
How?
It takes us away.
How?
It takes us away because we will join the world and begin to want the dunya.
How? Give me examples. How? What's bad about it? What's bad about it? Give me what is bad about a secular education? What's bad about it? What is it that takes you away from all that? Give me the particulars. What is it about a secular education that can be bad for your Fitra? What is it? Be specific. What is it about it that contradicts Islamic values? Come on, tell me what it is. What's wrong with it?
Yes, a secular education is bad for the Fitra, or deterrent for the Fitra, because it's teaching that what man says above what Allah says. An
Such
example is
as?
just, I'm sorry?
Such as? Give me examples.
Such as saying that, one example of Allah's law is that a man and a woman gets married.
Okay, like Miss Jackson just said, LGBTQ. Just get to the point. There you go.
Yeah,
one example.
They say that that's okay for men for people to be gay, or all the laws disobeying the law. Where Allah legislated, they want to say something opposite.
Like
dating.
Come on, y'all. Go ahead.
Like dating, boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always highly encouraged for boys and girls to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's okay to have a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
Okay, exactly. Intermixing. There you go. Intermingling. They allow intermingling. They allow boys and girls to be together, to intermingle, to be close to each other, to date. Now boys and girls can choose whether to be a girl, whether to be a boy. Good job. Their morals contradict Islamic morality. They don't teach the mannerisms of Islam, the morals of Islam. They don't teach to respect your elders. They don't teach to prayer. Good job. They don't teach that worshiping Allah is first and foremost. See how they're being specific here? Good job. They corrupt. They teach celebrations that contradict our celebrations. Good job. They have holidays that contradict ours. Good job. They teach evolution instead of divinity. Good job. Y'all got to be specific like that. Good job. Good job. Great examples. Good job. Good job. Good job, Zarina. Okay, next question. A good job. As Jamila said, all of this can damage their spiritual growth. Good job. Next question. We also spoke yesterday about how the media serves as a negative influence upon the Fitra too. Give me examples. How does the media serve as a negative influence upon the Fitra? Give me examples like that too. Good job, Amina. That's a good one. She said they also teach that women can be like men. Women, it's okay for women to work outside the house. Good job. Those type of answers I'm looking for. Just regular answers. We don't need all that storybook stuff. Get to the point. Good job.
And the media depicts Muslims as, they don't really depict us, and when they do, they're depicting us as negative. And when people are doing haram things like no morals, no modesty, they're the empowered ones, and the oppressed ones are the ones really living according to how Allah legislated for us to do.
Okay, did she really answer that question? How can the media serve as a negative influence upon your Fitra? Just give me examples as to how the media can serve as a negative influence upon your Fitra. How can the media serve as a negative influence upon the Fitra? That's the question.
If you're watching bad things and like watching homosexual activities, you're gonna feel more relaxed and be like, oh, it's okay. It's not
there
that bad.
You go. That's an answer. Exactly. If you're watching homosexuality on TV, that's going to make you want to try and think, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. There you go. That's an impact. That's an impact on your Fitra. Okay. That might cause you to question something that goes against the truth. Good job. What's another example as to how the media can serve as a negative influence? Good job. Give me another example.
They're playing the lottery. They're looking for lots and lots of money.
Oh, yeah. Looking for gambling, looking for an easy way. You know, Allah teaches us to go out and work for a living. To go out and work for a living. It's better, what the prophet say, to cut some wood, chop some wood and go out and sell it than to take your chances like that. But then you sitting there looking at the media is telling you, okay, come on, gamble, take a chance, take a bet, you know, scrape these things off, you know, and gamble. The media is telling you that this is an easier way. Exactly. Goes against that goes against the Fitra. Okay, good job, Fatima. Okay, it's okay for women to be in the political arenas. Okay, when Allah tells us that women ain't made for that, the Prophet Muhammad said no nation will ever succeed if you appoint women as your rulers. But here you see the media is telling you that it's okay for women, you know, to be in positions of authority and power like that. Good example, Fatima. Go ahead, Tony and family. Go ahead.
It can entice you into fornication because of all the things that are on the screen, as far as like kissing and being with boyfriends, and also there's different like sexual pop-ups that go on computers. A kid can be on a computer, they can click on it, then it make them want to try it and deviate from being and sustain themselves for their husband or wife.
Exactly. All of that plays with your brain, those subliminal messages and all of that. Yeah, the media has a lot of influence on the Fitra, especially if everybody else is doing it and stuff too and using it. Good job, Mina. Text messaging and all that crap, saying it's okay, it's the norm. Okay, and you're sitting there saying, no, this is against my religious beliefs. And they're looking at you like you crazy. You know, you're the only one that's not doing it. Something's wrong with you. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this chapter. You know, you're the only one. You're trying to uphold your principles. And you're living in a society. You're living in a world where everybody else is doing their thing. You're the only one trying to live by the principles of your book. And then you got other people of your religion telling you that you can tweak it. That's what makes it harder. When you got famous speakers of your religion telling you it's okay to tweak it. When you got famous people of your religion making dating apps. That's what's even bad. When you got so-called Muslim dating apps. When you know dating is haram. They got Muslim dating apps. This is haram. Ain't no dating, period. Ain't no messaging in Islam. We don't do that. These people have not reached the point of awakening. They have not reached the point of the awakening. And that's what this chapter is all about. One last question, and it's all because they don't know this. What is the Fitra seeking? They don't know what the Fitra is. I don't care all the PhDs they got in Islam. All the PhDs, they don't understand the Fitra. What is the Fitra seeking, guys? Who can answer the question? What is the Fitra seeking?
Seeking the truth and submitting to Allah.
Exactly. The Fitra is seeking the truth. The Fitra is seeking the truth and submittance to the will of Allah. Both of those things. Not one, but both. The Fitra is seeking the truth and submittance to the will of Allah. I'm going to share something with you that a lot of Muslims don't know too. You know, I have a double degree. I have a degree in mass media communications and ancient civilizations, which is history. And I'm going to tell you something that amazed me. Y'all know I'm a writer. I love to write. I'm still trying to get that book of mine finished. You know, one of my favorite stories of all time, Excalibur. Excalibur. Y'all know Excalibur? The story of King Arthur and the Round Table. How many of y'all knew that that book was written by a Muslim? The author of that book, Excalibur, that guy was a Muslim. What? The one that wrote that movie? I'm talking about the movie, not the book. The movie. How many of y'all seen the movie Excalibur that came out in the 1980s? That's my favorite movie of all times. What it was in the Grail? When Camelot fell to pieces, when King Arthur lost everything, and all the knights of the Round Table went in search of the Grail. Everything fell to pieces. What was he looking for? The man that wrote that movie was a Muslim. Of course, he was Persian. He was Persian. He lost the Fitra. King Arthur lost the Fitra. That's why that movie is my favorite of all times. When I get depressed, when I go through heartache and heartbreak, I put Excalibur on rerun and I just watch it because that's what it's about. It's the Fitra. King Arthur, he lost his Fitra. He lost the truth and submittance to the will of Allah. And that's when Camelot went to pieces, you know, until he refound his purpose, until he relearned and repented and found that his purpose was to seek the truth and find his way back to Allah and submit to his will. Camelot would never be the same. Yeah, there was a Muslim that wrote that movie. He changed the book around. And when that one night, I forgot his name, found the cup, the golden grail, and he said, what is it that King Arthur lost? He said, the truth. And what is it that will fill the grail? He said, submittance. That's the movie. And then when he came up out the water, he gave it. King Arthur drank it. He became healthy. It was restored. He said, give me my sword. And he went and got it from Genevieve. He went and told Lancelot, I forgive you, Lancelot. And they went out and saved the day. How many of y'all knew that that movie was written by a Muslim? Persian. And he was not Shiite. He was a Sunni Persian, kicked out of Iran. Iran put a death warrant on him. He was a Sunni Persian that wrote that movie. Excalibur.
It was good. Now, thanks for explaining that, because you hit it right on the head.
That's my favorite movie of all time. The Fitra. He lost the Fitra. He lost the truth and submittance to Allah. And when they interviewed him, he said he was writing about himself because he deviated away from the path of Islam, but he came back. The man dead now. He died. You know. But anyway, classic. Had to share that with y'all. I like King Arthur. But anyway, let's get back to it. So, a lot of Muslims don't understand what the Fitra is. The Fitra is seeking the truth. The Fitra is seeking submittance to Allah, just like in the movie. King Arthur lost that. He needed somebody to remind him of what his purpose was, because he forgot his purpose. A lot of us forget our purpose in life. We forget it. We get caught up in this dunya like King Arthur did in that movie. He got caught up in his fame, caught up in his glory, caught up in the life of this world. So Allah took him down. But he came back. A lot of us don't make that recovery back. But you have to go through the awakening. Let's talk about it. All right, let me put this up on the screen. And I'm going to break it down to you guys. Make sure y'all take notes. Now, let's go through the introduction. And I like the way Dr. Karim Abuzaid did the introduction to this. This is chapter 3. In this chapter, we're going to delve into how Wala Wal Bara, which means how allegiance and disassociation, how the principles of allegiance and disassociation, how they play a great role in the awakening process. And what is the awakening process? It's a transformative journey that will take you towards a deeper understanding and a deep embodiment of faith. Many of you are already there. This awakening is achieved only by generating love and hate based on our Islamic teachings. By cultivating love for Allah and for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and for the true believers. And who are the true believers? The true believers are those Muslims who don't just say they Muslims, but they are Muslim in name and practice. By us having a true love for them, and by us having disgust and hatred for anyone and anything else that opposes and contradicts our way of life, our teachings, and our Islamic rulings. Only then will you experience this deep transformation in your views of the world, and in turn, you will undergo a big change in your life where you will only have an attachment towards Allah, towards the Prophet, towards this religion. Anything that contradicts that, you will distance yourself from it. That's called the awakening. And through this interplay of love and disgust, you will develop a strong allegiance with Allah, a strong allegiance with the Prophet Muhammad, and a strong allegiance with the true believers. And this allegiance will become a driving force in your journey of self-discovery and your journey of spiritual growth. And at the same time, the disgust that you have for anyone or anything that contradicts this way of life, it will cause you to be able to distance yourself from all ideologies, all people, and all actions that are in contradiction to our way of life. This rejection is not driven by hate, but instead it's a firm adherence to the truth. It's just that you want nothing to do with anything that is not the truth. And this is propelled by the Fitra that's in your heart. And that propelling is so strong that you're going to feel the need to protect the purity of your faith and preserve the integrity of the true Islam. And the true Islam is with what the Prophet came with, is what the companions lived. And so even if it means staying in your house by yourself, you'd rather do that than intermingle with people who are not upon the truth. Now, how many of you are there? I see it with the elderly women in my website. They'd rather stay home by themselves than go around that nonsense. That's how I am. I can see it with Pamela. I can see it with Margaret. I can see it with Jamila. I can see it with a lot of you. Yasmin, a lot of y'all. Y'all rather stay to yourself than go around and be bothered with them crazy Muslim women with all that drama than be bothered with those half-stepping crazy Muslims. You rather just be by yourself. I hear a lot of you say, I ain't going to them weddings. Why do I want to go to all that innovation and deviation? I ain't got time for that. I hear a lot of you said, I ain't going over there. No, them sisters know they ain't got no business doing that stuff. I ain't going to be bothered with that. I'll send a gift. In fact, I heard one of my students say, you know, my sister getting married and my sister's bringing a band. She know that it's haram to have music and all that dancing. I'm not going, but what I'll do is I'll congratulate her and I'll send her a bunch of gifts and I'll send her some money, but I ain't going. I ain't got time for none of that stuff that contradicts Islam. And I was so proud when I heard my students say that. And that's just what she did. She went to the wedding and gave her sister a hug and gave her all her gifts, and she left. I was so proud. So they couldn't say she didn't come. She came, gave her the presents, and left. This is a person who has reached the awakening process. Their allegiance to this religion is so strong that they want no parts of anyone or anything that contradicts it. That's when you know that your faith is strong. Okay? So, understanding the connection between faith and allegiance and disassociation, this is the awakening process. And it's very significant. It's very significant for those who are seeking to live a life that's aligned with the true Islamic principles. They may call you a Wahhabi. That's why they call me a Wahhabi, guys. Why is it that the African American sisters call me a Wahhabi all the time? That's why, because I don't party with them. They like to party. I'm not doing that stuff. I'll be a Wahhabi, but I'm not going to no henna parties and wedding parties and getting dressed up and doing all that yin and yang crap they do. I'm not doing that crap. I ain't got time for that. Life is short. I'm not into that drama, that gossip and backbiting and trying to outdress each other and outdo each other. And I'm not into that junk. It ain't got nothing to do with bringing you close to Allah. I'm not out to compete with nobody. I'm an old woman. I got grandkids. I'm trying to save my soul from the hellfire and make my grave spacious and save my grandkids. I ain't got time to compete with some women on who look the best, who dressed the best, who got the biggest butt and all that dumb stuff and whose man I can take. Ain't nobody into that. So this is important because it provides the true believer with a framework to navigate the world's complexities while remaining true in your commitment to Islam. And by generating love and hate following Islam's teachings, the believers can then propel themselves on the path of transformative change, because that's what it's supposed to be. That's why you're not a revert. You are a convert. Convert means to transform, to change yourself, okay? To change yourself. Only through that can you embrace a higher level of consciousness and deepen your connection with Allah. So in our journey to understand the connection between faith and the principles of allegiance and disassociation, we have to uncover the vital role that the link between the awakening and allegiance and disassociation, the link that this plays in transforming our Fitra. And we have to first identify the elements that make up our faith within our hearts, and how faith and the principles of allegiance and disassociation intertwine together, and how they influence our choices, our actions, and the ultimate purpose of our lives. That's what these sisters don't understand. They're so busy trying to be a life coach. They need to understand there is no life coach for us. Allah says in the Quran You have a great example in Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's the life coach for the Muslim, not sister so-and-so. No human being on planet Earth can be a life coach for any of us other than the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the one and only life coach for all mankind and jinn. That's it. That's the problem that these sisters don't get. That's why they're messed up. That's why they have not reached the awakening. They're so busy trying to keep up with the Kardashians and emulate them when they should have been keeping up with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and emulating him and his wives and his companions. All right. So in the context of constructing faith, we have to also understand that something else our prophet taught us is faith goes up and it goes down. And we talked about that in volume 1. Faith increases and it decreases. Listen to what Imam Bukhari, listen to what he said. He said, I met more than 1,000 men from the people of knowledge. He's talking about the companions. He said, and all of them agreed that faith goes up and faith goes down. So faith goes up and faith goes down based on various factors. As you guys are sitting here listening to me give this lecture, your faith is high because you're hearing me speak about Allah. You're hearing me speak about the prophet. Plus, I'm raising my voice. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when you speak about Allah, when you speak about this religion, make your voice go up and down to shake the heart of man. I am trained. I have a degree in communication. I know how to make your heart go up and down. I use my voice to go make your heart shake. So I'm shaking your heart and I'm speaking about Allah, his religion, and the prophet. But when I go away, when this class is over and I close this computer, your iman is going to drop. Mine will drop too, because I'm no longer speaking about Allah. I have to look at the reality of my life, my world, and look at my problems, and it's going to drop. So iman, faith goes up and down, up and down. And at the foundation of faith, we have attestation. And what is attestation? We talked about that before. Attestation is the conviction, the belief in the existence of Allah and his attributes. This belief comes from receiving knowledge about Allah through his signs and his revelations. And as believers, we attest with sound certainty to Allah's existence, his sovereignty, his power, and the unique and unparalleled nature of his names and attributes. This foundational element of faith gives us a solid base from which we can understand our purpose in life and the freedom given to us by Allah to choose our path. Remember, Allah gave us free will. When he created our souls after he created Adam, alayhi salam, he offered us the gift of free will and we took it. So he gave us the ability to choose, okay? And with the realization that Allah created us for a purpose and gave us the freedom to choose, we also understand that our choices carry significant consequences. But every choice we make in this world, it comes with a consequence. Either we will be rewarded for that choice, or we will be punished. In this world, if we deviate away from the path of purpose that we were created for, the choice will lead to depression and spiritual emptiness. But if we choose something good in the hereafter, we'll be rewarded. So thus, the heart is activated. And in the heart, our actions manifest in love. That love becomes the driving force behind our pursuit of our purpose in life. And that love is the love for Allah, the love for the prophet, and all the other prophets he sent as guides, and the love for the other true believers. And that love is what compels us to live by the religion that Allah has given us. And that's the core of allegiance and disassociation. That's what drives us to have allegiance to this way of life and not to contradict it, and to disassociate from anyone and anything that dares to contradict it. So we'll stay at home. As Allah says, your houses are better for you. We'll be a loner. We'll be the Wahhabi. We'll be the crazy one. We'll be the mentally ill one, if that's what the rest of the people want to refer to us as. So this interconnection between faith and the principles of allegiance and disassociation, they become apparent, and even more apparent as we understand how they work together. Faith gives us that deep love for Allah and his guidance. It also ignites a desire within us to make our actions pleasing to him. And this love propels us to seek the company of the true believers. That's why y'all run to my classes. That's why you new shahadas, y'all say that every day you look forward to my classes. If I don't show up, you feel like you lost something. And by the way, I feel the same way. If I miss a class, I feel empty too. I have to teach my classes, okay? That love, you seek the company of the believers. You seek to join their ranks. You want to contribute positively to the Muslim community. You want to contribute positively to the society as a whole. I can see the growth. Certain sisters here, you're breaking your neck to try to pay your donations to this website. Some of the sisters here don't have no money, but they're breaking their necks to give $5, $10 to keep this website going. Okay? And I see it because you love the learning here. You love the classes. You don't want to see this website not exist. And as we get deeper into the teachings of the Quran and the guidings of the Prophet Muhammad, we find a lot of evidence, to prove everything that I'm saying here. For example, look at this verse. Allah says, in the interpretation of the meaning, the believers are only those who, when Allah's name is mentioned, they feel a fear in their hearts. And when his verses of the Quran are recited to them, the verses just increase their faith and they put their trust in their Lord. And that's why a lot of you say, oh, Sister Laila, my day was going so bad, but then when I come to your classes, I feel like a new person. I walk away from your classes and I'm able to just handle whatever trial I had with so much dignity. So that verse there highlights the connection between faith and how it will increase when Allah's name is mentioned, when Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's name is mentioned. And it shows that the true believers are those who experience a sense of awe and reverence in their heart for Allah. And also when Allah's words are recited, their faith is just strengthened and intensified. So you distance yourself from those people who are weak in their deen. You distance yourself from those people who ain't practicing their deen. You distance yourself from those people who don't understand their deen. And you're only seeking the company of those who do. That's normal, just like me. I told you guys, I ain't got but 2 friends. And those 2 friends, they know their deen. They're stronger than me. My best friend is the president of CARE. She's down. She got a husband. She got a bunch of kids and grandkids. They down in the community. My other friend, she down. She'll knock somebody out. Okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. This is what we're going to be embarking on for the next a week. We're going to be speaking about how to take what you've learned about allegiance and disassociation, combine it with the fitra of your heart to strengthen your faith, and you're going through the awakening. Well, many of you are already experiencing it. We're going to talk about how to put it all together. Keep it aligned, keep it in practice to grow more, to grow closer to Allah, to become a stronger believer, better practicing Muslim. And you're going to find that you're going to be able to handle all your problems better. But your friends are going to look at you weird. Oh, this is when the challenge is going to begin, because the other Muslims are going to look at you and start calling you names like they do me. She mean, she evil, she's Wahhabi like they do me. Except for the believers. The believers are like, wow, that sister, wow. And the reality is, guys, there's more people that like you than you think. The ones that call you names, they the sinful Muslims. Who cares about them? The ones that matter, they want you on their team. You know, the ones that like you, they making do it for you. The ones with all that jibber jabber, they got nothing but a bunch of skeletons and filth in their closet. Who are they to talk about anybody? Yeah. Any questions, comments? And by the way, guys, we do have the Islam Q&A show tonight at 9:30. Any questions for the sisters in South Africa? Yes, because one of you text me. Yes, you can bring your questions tonight. Yes, that's tonight at 9:30. Any questions you have about Islam? This is my show tonight, and I'll answer your questions. And we do have a topic about women marrying non-Muslim men. That's will be really short and easy, because you know we can't marry no non-Muslim men, and you know we can't marry no men whose aqidah is not correct. But that is the topic tonight. Yes, but yes. Any other questions you have, bring them, and we'll answer them. Yes. And when you do choose your Muslim friends, you try to choose women who are strong and practicing, stronger than you. You don't want to choose women that are weaker than you. Be careful who you choose to be your friend, because your friends can hurt you. Girl, they're trying to take your man from you. You know what women do. That's a big one. That's a good topic too. By the way, guys, we still need donations. Yes, please support this dawah effort. Yes, send donations. Yeah, my friends are married. They married. Better make sure they married, friends. They're going to take your man. That's what they doing today. I mean, that's all the text messages I'm getting. That's all I get, these text messages. These women are skanky, man. They just like the Kafir women. Same thing that's going on with the Kafir women is going on with Muslim women. It's sad. Yeah, you better be careful. Yes. Yeah. So please, guys, those are the books. All the books for the classes are right there in the ticker. Okay, I'm gonna log out. I'll be back at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Please support this Dawah effort, guys. We need donations. Y'all know it costs $2,000 a month. We are a nonprofit organization. Y'all know that. Any donations you guys make, and don't forget, too, any donations that you guys make, anybody that donates $100 or more, you can choose whatever topic you want for our Islam Q&A show. So if you make $100 donation or more, send me an email telling me what you would like the topic to be, and I'll make the next Q&A, or I'll let you know which one to be yours. I'll make the Islam Q&A topic whatever you want. And if you want it to be anonymous, let me know too. Next week's is going to be about pride. Yeah, next week's Islam Q&A, one of the sisters sent a $100 donation, and she wants it to be about pride. So it'll be pride next week. Yeah. So we got the week after is open, and the rest of the weeks are open. So if you make a $100 donation and you want a special topic, let me know. Yeah. Yes, you can use Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. Okay, I'm gonna log out. Inshallah, I'll be back at 9:30 because it's time for me to make salat. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Bring your questions for the sister in the Zoom room from South Africa. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.